All right, how we doing today? All right, it's Tuesday, June 2nd. I'm in Chicago. It's 91 degrees, hotter than shit. About, I don't know, 5 weeks ago, I announced my candidacy for President of the United States. And unfortunately, my video didn't go viral. I think I only got 60 views on it. So, yeah, my presidential campaign has not got off to a flying start. And at the time, all we had to do is deal with the virus. And just when things are starting to perk up and, the country's starting to open up, we had a slow incident in Minnesota where, another cop decided to do a kneel down on a guy's neck who wasn't the same color as him. And all hell's breaking loose, the riots, and you're seeing all this stuff on social media, the Blackout Tuesday, and it's a nice gesture. But is it really doing anything? The Black Lives Matter, it's now fighting the Blue Lives Matter and the All Lives Matter. Now it's like bad to say All Lives Matter. People are getting upset about that. Like somehow you're taking it away from the Black Lives Matter. And you can't do that in this situation. But ultimately, none of it really matters. Because, none of it's going to change anything. We seem to think like this stuff is going to finally awaken everybody and we're all going to love each other now because of the tragedy. But, we've seen this play before. 30 years ago, Rodney King, 1991, cops beat the shit out of him, and when they got acquitted, LA went into riots and it was a disaster. And I thought at that point, I was like, cops will never do that again. And now we've had a bunch of them. And, we'll have our little moments of clarity and, kumbaya for a little while, but eventually things will calm down and we'll have another one of these down the road, just like more than likely if schools go back to being in session, we're going to have more school shootings. The problem is it's the system. It's, we keep hoping people are going to wake up, but people are never going to wake up in the current system. So this is why, I decided to run for president, because nobody that's big time is talking about it. Trump isn't, Biden, not even any celebrities. You could have The Rock out there talking about this stuff. I'm sure Chris Hemsworth, Oprah. Nobody's talking about maybe changing the system. And I mentioned this the last video, was resource-based economy. Because really the problem color we have is not black or white. The problem color is it's actually green. And it's this shit right here that we seem to can't do without, This stuff right here. This is the problem. All right, this is what's fucking everything up. It's what we're fighting over. And because of that, we see each other as enemies when we look different or act different or believe in something different. Because this is limited, right? It's scarce. So whenever there's scarcity, and that's the thing is, like I said, maybe we'll gain something out of these protests and people will be a little nicer for a little while. But, if the economy really goes in the shitter, which if we get another wave of corona, all that's love and kumbaya is going to be out the window and we're going to be at it again. And so that's the thing. We got to get rid of this. So, that's what my platform is about, presidency. And, I'm going to keep talking about it until someone else does, I know I mean, I'm a nobody. I'm not even, you know, close to being as low life as Joe Exotic, but who knows? You know, maybe one of my videos will eventually go viral. We'll see. But how do we get rid of it? Now, it's not an idea that I came up with, but it's a pretty good one. And it's not take away from the rich, give it to the poor. It's not, you know, socialism, communism, because that still involves this crap. Okay? Okay. What I'm going to show you here, it's the web page, if you can see it, for thevenusproject.com. And a little video called A Resource-Based Economy. And it's basically the idea that we let science start running the show and use technology to its full fruition. Because right now we do hold it back for obvious reasons, because obviously technology can make things more efficient, but the more efficient we get, the more costs come down and the less this becomes worth. And eventually if we get efficient enough to create abundance, yeah, then everything becomes free, like air. So, yeah, this is my idea. And like I said, I'm going to try to keep my videos short. I thought it was time with everything that's going on. Yeah, I'm here to just give an alternative because nobody else really is. Everybody's just, you know, blaming each other and, you know, saying, you know, we got to do this and become moral. And, you know, it doesn't work when the system doesn't allow it. And that's the thing. Nobody wants to wake up to the fact that it's the surroundings that create the attitudes and behaviors. And yeah, I guess we could be so mentally strong we could overcome it, but it just does not happen on a massive scale. It's just never gonna when the incentive is so limited. So it's just gonna be a constant regurgitation of this shit. And I'm tired of it. And like I said, no big politicians are giving us any alternatives. You know, no celebrities talk about this crap. So, yeah, I feel like I gotta. So, like I said, check out the website. It explains it pretty good. But like I said, it's the idea that science and technology creates efficiency. And then money just in a way slowly disappears the more efficient we become. But we got to get past, you know, the hurdles of getting rid of this stuff. Because right now, we've been conditioned so well to believe that this is our only option. And obviously those in power, you know, do they want to give that up? Even though it wouldn't lower their standards of living, it would just, they wouldn't have power over people. Can those that are in power give up the power? So yeah, it would take definitely a different look at how we look at society, run society, look at ownership of things. And said this is not communism. You know, so all you guys that are, or people are going to come after me and say this is communism, it's not. You got to look at it first. It is different, but it's really our only hope. If we want this crap to, you know, if we like the drama, you know, but then, you know, stop with the blackout Tuesdays. You know, stop with, you know, fighting over, you know, who's right, the protesters or the cops. I mean, it's just never going to end. So, yeah. If I do become president, though, I have to warn you, my job will be to, if I do promote a resource-based economy, that means that eventually the government goes away. So conservatives that don't like government, you'll love a resource-based economy. Liberals, you know, it protects the environment. It makes everybody equal, you know, economically, socially. So, yeah, I think liberals will love it too. So it tackles both ends of the spectrum. And so it gives everybody, in a way, what they want. and we don't have to fight over it anymore. And so, yeah, check it out. Still haven't found my running mate yet. I haven't talked to Doug. I haven't seen him because I haven't been working yet because of the virus. Yeah, so I haven't, and I don't know his last name, so I can't like call him. I never got his number, but he did talk about it. If not, I can find somebody else. I got a good friend in Oklahoma. If he's watching this, if he wants to run with me, he's very smart. He's very articulate. I just got to get him on board with the resource-based economy. He has his doubts about it, but you know, like I said, he's a libertarian, so resource-based economy goes right with libertarian viewpoints. Spot on. And it'll create a nice world for his beautiful young daughter. So if he's interested, you know, you can let me know. Otherwise, you know, anybody else that wants to, you got to be 35 if you want to run with me, because that's in the Constitution. I can't get around that. Natural born citizen, and you have to have lived in the country for 15 years. Okay, so you gotta at least know it a little bit. You know, you can't be someone who's lived outside the country their whole life. You know, so these are the rules the founding fathers made up. You know, I got no control over that shit. So yeah, I'm hoping to see this, you know, all this crap end, and the only way it's gonna do it is you got to be willing to change. And I know change is rough, but my revolution doesn't bring on violence, you know, like you're seeing today. It's peaceful, and it actually could make everybody pretty happy. I mean, we won't get rid of all crime, but you eliminate money, 95% of the world's problems go away. The other 5% is probably due to sexual frustrations. And if we don't have to worry about money, you know, we'll make better food. People eat better. They'll probably go to the gym more. They'll get outside, exercise. They'll buff up the bod, and that will make them way more attractive. So now we're probably down to maybe 2%. You know, another 3% of the sexual frustrated people will now be back in the game. So yeah, we're now down to just, you know, 2% of, you know, things that we really can't foresee. You know, just, and, you know, we can get off a lot of the crazy medications too. So that'll help. So, all right, I'm on 13 minutes, so I don't want to make this too long. We'll see what's next down the line. I'm hearing there's volcanic activity or earthquake activity in Yosemite, so maybe the super volcano is coming next. So we're moving down line of the apocalypse. You know, the killer hornets didn't come about, so we dodged a bullet with them. But who knows what's coming next? You know, let's at least get the economics squared away so we can handle, you know, some of the other shit that might come our way. So, all right, have a great day. Stay cool. Stay peaceful. And if you like my video, send it on. Like I said, yeah, who knows? I could be the write-in candidate of the century. And, you know, maybe if I do go viral, yeah, I'll become president. And I will serve. But I at least want to get people talking about a resource-based economy. That's the goal here. So send it on to your friends, family, if you like this. You know, maybe, you know, we don't have to keep having all these tragedies. You know, eventually people, you know, we're going to just get fed up enough and demand something different. So let's just try to beat off all the apocalyptic movies, avoid, you know, the Matrix and the Mad Maxes and all that other stuff. And we'll hopefully have a, you know, a nice world to live in. And that's the goal. So, all right, that's enough. Take care.